Okay, what's up everyone? MCOC Doc here with what I can confidently say is the absolute best video I have ever made. Today I'm going to be talking about a champion who's difficult to learn and even more difficult to master, Ghost. Ghost is an absolute beast of the tech class, offering insane damage at a relatively simple rotation, and even more when you master her. Ghost, when played right, is basically Spider-Man Stark enhanced damage with double immunities and perfect evade. Today I'm going to be talking about her abilities, attack rotations, and synergies concisely and systematically to give you the best information. So let's get started. Ghost's abilities are fairly simple when put into practice. The main ability she holds is phasing. When phasing, all incoming enemy attacks, both basic attacks and special attacks, will miss. Miss means the attack will not land and will instead just pass through Ghost doing no damage. This does not apply to the SP3, however. Phasing lasts for 2 seconds. Phasing will also remove any damage over time debuff currently on Ghost and convert it to a passive Fury, each granting Ghost a 100% attack boost. Essentially, when using phasing, you will find it easier to leave yourself open, as all incoming attacks will miss and you will take no damage, as opposed to blocking, where you will take chip damage. This is important when I talk later about the attack rotations for Ghost. When duped, all missed hits will give Ghost power, and Ghost will also immediately activate phasing at the start of any fight. Phasing can be activated at any time by simply dashing back. However, phasing will not activate if you are under the effect of an armor break debuff or a precision passive. Phasing will deactivate if you start an attack or block any enemy attack. In both of these situations you can see here, first with Cable where you have the precision passive, and then again with Medusa when you have the armor break debuff on you, phasing does not activate when Ghost dashes back. What you see here are 5 buffs or passives that will be on Ghost throughout the fight. When you activate phasing, you will gain a precision passive. Phasing cannot be activated again until this precision passive is removed by landing a hit, or the 6-second timer runs out. The precision guarantees the next hit to be critical. Ghost's critical hits cannot be evaded. However, she can only land critical hits through her abilities, through gaining precision passives. Ghost's non-critical hits instead have a 10% chance to gain a cruelty buff, stacking up to 5. Heavy attacks have a 50% chance for a Fury, and Ghost's heavy attack is 2 hits, so you can gain a maximum of 2 Furies per heavy attack. You can also gain a cruelty buff on any non-critical heavy hit, with an increased chance the longer the heavy is held. Again, the Fury passive is activated when Ghost removes a damage over time debuff at the start of phasing. Ghost SP1 will activate 3 precision passives lasting for 6 seconds and removed upon landing a hit. These will activate at the end of a special attack, not at the beginning. An important note here is that because these are passives coming out of Ghost SP1, you will not be able to phase, and the passives are not removed by the hits of the special since they are activated at the end. Each precision guarantees 1 critical hit, so your next 3 basic hits will be critical. Ghost SP2 will activate a cruelty buff for 20 seconds and refresh all cruelty buffs that Ghost has. Ghost SP3 will turn all cruelty buffs into permanent cruelty passives. These stack up to 5 in addition to the 20-second cruelty buffs. In total, it is possible to have a maximum of 10 cruelty buffs on Ghost at one time. Both Ghost's SP1 and SP2 will have all hits of the special guaranteed critical when activated immediately on phasing. This is most easily achievable through dashing back and immediately pressing the special, essentially waiting out the precision passive from phasing while gaining distance, allowing the enemy to dash to attack you, and dash and use your specials to counter. This is also achievable by being very twitchy near the enemy, waiting for the opponents to begin to attack your block, dashing and using the special. Ghost specials will do massive damage when all critical, rivaling or even beating Spider-Man Stark in this way. This works perfectly with a synergy with Wasp, but that also makes all hits unblockable when the special is activated immediately upon dashing back, but more on that later. Step 1 of playing Ghost is forget everything you know about MCOC. Essential to playing Ghost, you want to leave yourself as open as possible to the enemy while you are phasing. This gives you a relatively easy attack opportunity, intercepting between their missed punches. Every single hit, basic and special, will miss Ghost while you're phasing. When you see an attack opportunity, like the opponent using 2 medium attacks or coming out of a special, dash at them. The opponent cannot evade this hit as your precision passive will make the next hit critical, which is unavailable for Ghost enemies. Here is a basic Ghost fight. This fight shows gameplay without synergies. Ghost's basic attack rotation is relatively simple in 4 steps. Phase, intercept, 4-hit combo, dash back, and repeat. What this does is it will give a relatively easy attack opportunity. Landing a critical hit gives 3 chances for cruelty buffs and the other basic non-critical hits, and repeats. If the AI starts to learn the attack pattern, mix up combo lengths to keep them aggressive. The 4-hit combo is a maximum, however, because ending on a medium attack, the opponent is much less likely to chase you when you dash back after finishing a complete combo. Ghost's more complex rotation builds upon the basics of the basic rotation, but instead of continuing with special use whenever you get them, you juice up and build Furies before using a special. The reason this rotation is more difficult is because of the difficulty with consistently landing heavies when the general Ghost rotation is not blocked at all. However, because each Fury gives Ghost a 50% attack boost with no limit, using heavies is essential to getting the most damage possible. Landing heavies while still playing Ghost style is easiest when the opponent is against the wall and below a bar of power. Once you land a single heavy, just continue to spam heavy attack until they are above 1 bar of power, and then use the special attack. Using a heavy when the opponent is above a bar of power is dangerous because the opponent could retaliate with their special and you will get hit. Another option for landing heavy attacks is champion specific. If the champion has a special where they end up close to you, you can use your heavy after they use their special. Some examples are Nebula, Red Hulk, or Daredevil. Another attack rotation is the passive power gain rotation. This one is only achievable by duped ghosts, but can be powerful in situations like counter tactics or power shield, where you need to keep your hit count low and use specials for maximum damage. Each missed hit against Ghost gives Ghost a small percentage of power. This is used in conjunction with a modified basic strategy with only a 1-hit combo. Hitting the opponent with that 1 hit removes precision passive and allows you to go back into phasing and gain more power. In this fight, Ghost only lands 17 total hits, 7 of which are from specials, 4 from her SP2, and 3 from her SP2 and 4 from her SP1. Ghost achieves both an SP2 and an SP1 in just a small number of hits. This is also useful for gaining power faster than your opponents, as in total, Blade gains just over 2 bars of power, whereas Ghost gains 3. Landing a special with Ghost that also gives all critical hits is much more difficult without Wasp, but it is doable. The easiest way is to parry, dash back, and use your special when the opponent is still stunned. The stun guarantees the special will hit, and using the special right after phasing will mean all critical hits. This is the most guaranteed way and easiest for all players. Another way to land specials as all critical without requiring unblockable specials is with a shallow evade. When the opponent dashes at you, wait until they are close, evade, and use your special. In good situations, the opponent will continue their combo with each of these standing, but actually you'll be flipping in the air and kicking them with your critical hits. This is not a guaranteed way to land all critical hits, as the opponent might not continue their combo and might simply block. Like I said before, being twitchy can help you in situations like this. Because of the right reaction time, you can evade as the opponent would begin their combo into your block and use the special. Landing a special in this way, though, is quite difficult, and obviously mistakes can be made. If you're not perfect on your timing or the opponent doesn't follow you, then they'll just block your special and you'll get hit afterwards. So getting the timing right on those is extremely important, and that's one of the reasons why the Wasp synergy is a great option for Ghost. As a comparison of Ghost's damage with her basic rotation and her complex rotation, you see that Ghost averages just over 2,000 damage per every hit with her basic rotation that does not use any heavy attack to build Furies. Largest special was 31,000 when she had 5 cruelty buffs and 12,000 in a single hit. With her heavy attack, however, with about 4 Furies and a large number of cruelty buffs, she averaged a 3,700 average damage per hit, rivaling Spark immensely, as Spark is a 5-star R4 with an average of 4,000, whereas Ghost has 3,700 as only a max 4-star. During this same fight, Ghost managed to land a single hit of 32,000 for a largest total special hit of 81,000 damage in just 3 hits. Just to show that this isn't just numbers, this is how this damage was achieved, using the heavy stacking method, gaining 4 Furies, 4 Cruelties, turns into 5 with a special, and it's doing 24, 24, and 35. This is insane damage. It's followed up immediately by an 11,000 crit on the medium as well. Showing it one more time in slow motion. Again, using heavy attacks, stacking them so that I can get as many Furies as possible. I get lucky to get all 4 Furies, obviously only a 50% chance per Fury, but 24,000, 24,000, and 32,000. Immediately go back into phasing, I still have all 4 Furies, and I get another 11,000 on top of that, totaling almost 100,000 damage in just this small amount of time. So now I want to talk about the necessity of Ghost synergies. Ghost has 3 synergies. Similar to a lot of champions, these synergies are not completely necessary, but for Ghost, her synergy with Wasp is a perfect synergy in my opinion. Not only because it benefits both characters immensely, but because on a team together, Wasp and Ghost fill different roles. With the synergy, Ghost specials become unblockable if she activates them as phase begins, working perfectly with the timing that if you activate the special as phase begins, you get all critical hits. Wasp gains the benefit of her counterattack not being disabled when she is low health. Ghost is much more of an all-around good general damage dealer with ramp of potential, along with immunity to all damage over time debuff by activating phasing. Wasp has some very good burst damage with her abilities and heavy combo, and also contains some utility in her specials, SP1 activating Concussion and SP2 activating Petrify. Along with being different classes, Wasp and Ghost make a fantastic questing duo for any team. Together they offer damage, utility, and immunities. The damage you saw prior to this was because of the Wasp synergy, making the special much easier to land on Winter Soldier. Ghost synergy with the Hood offers a higher skill cap to the timing of her phasing. Using phasing will stop any damage from happening when you phase. This includes damage like recoil from suicides and damage from SP3s. SP3s will do exact 0 damage to Ghost, and if you dash back quick enough after using a special, you can even avoid recoil damage from your own specials, which is direct and usually unavoidable by anyone else in the game. This is not a perfect synergy, as Hood does not get much of a benefit. He only activates invisibility at the start of a fight, but Hood does fit perfectly into the team of Wasp and Ghost, adding Nullify to the list of abilities and utilities that the team offers. Ant-Man is the most unnecessary synergy Ghost has, meaning that this synergy is not necessary, but it is okay to have if you really want it. The synergy simply adds 15% attack per buff, not passive active on Ghost. Synergy is nice to have, 15% for every cruelty buff, stacking 5, so that's extra 75% attack, and for every single fury buff, so instead of 50% bonus, you're getting a 65% bonus. Ant-Man doesn't bring anything to the table that isn't already filled by Ghost, Wasp, and Hood. He gets extra damage himself for each debuff, which is nice to have. But with this synergy, with the Wasp synergy, he's simply a damage dealer and a tank. And with Ghost, Wasp, and Hood, that is not necessary for a questing team. Plus, he is a duplicate class of Wasp. So that's the end of the how to use Ghost tutorial. This one took about 10 times longer to record, get all the gameplay for, and do the voiceovers, but I absolutely enjoyed making it. If the response to this one is great, then I will absolutely do this again, because like I said, I really enjoyed it. So leave a like if you did. If you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.